Hello and welcome back to Introduction to Physics Labs. My name is Paul Eric, and today we want to do Lab 3.1a, which is entitled Harmonic Motion. And we're going to be looking at two things that have harmonic motion. We'll look at the pendulum, and then we're also going to look at the spring. So let's go on down here to the pendulum. And I wanted you just to know that there's more than just the pendulum and the spring that vibrate. So you have, like, for example, a vibrating tuning fork, and you also have a vibrating guitar string. So all of these things undergo simple harmonic motion. Okay, now you are going to be measuring the frequency of a pendulum and a spring. Then you're also going to be calculating the frequency of the pendulum and the spring. So the first one that we want to look at is how to actually measure the frequency. So frequency, which is going to be given by this letter, which kind of looks like a V, but this is the Greek letter nu. And in your textbook, they might use something like F for frequency. And the problem, though, is that F is also used for focus in physics. So in most physics textbooks, they like to use the Greek letter nu, which kind of looks like a V, which is not to be confused with V for velocity, which is not to be confused with capital V for volume, which is not to be confused with a cursive capital V for voltage. Okay, so there's all sorts of different letters that are used in physics. So I'm going to try to use this one here. Okay, so frequency is how often something happens. So if you've got a pendulum that's going back and forth, the way that you're going to calculate the frequency is it's going to be the number of times that something oscillates divided by the amount of time it takes it to do it in. So with the pendulum, it's going to be going back and forth. Make sure, and so this is one complete swing. So you need to wait. So if you're going to be doing it 10 times, you need to let the pendulum go back and forth 10 times. And so it's not just halfway. So this is not 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then the official metric unit for frequency is going to be 1 over seconds. Another way of saying that is s to the -1. But most commonly, it's going to be called the hertz. So Hz. So Hz is the official metric unit for frequency. So you're going to be watching the pendulum go back and forth, and then you will calculate its frequency using this formula. But you can also calculate its frequency by using that second formula there. And so the second formula is going to say that the frequency is going to be equal to 1 over 2 pi, and then the square root of G over L. Okay, now L is going to be the length of the pendulum. G is going to be gravity. It is not grams. Occasionally I have a student that will think that the G in here stands for grams, and so you take the mass of the weight that's on the pendulum in grams and you plug that in here. No. So this is the symbol for the acceleration due to gravity, and it's got a specific number, 9.81. So to 3 significant figures, 9.81 is the number that goes in here for G. And then this will be the length in meters. So you can't use centimeters. It has to be in meters for this thing here. And then pi is 3.14. So I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a moment. So let's take a break, and then when we come back, we will open up the Pendulum lab and start discussing the lab.